on the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Today's episode is a takeover of Carton Brewing from the Atlantic Highlands of New Jersey.
The Carton Brewing beers we'll be trying today are the Whaler, hopefully a wicked New England style IPA. The Twin Outboard Whaler, a double dry hop New England style Imperial IPA. Whether or not Sandman Sims will appear on this episode, who knows? Will they get the hook? A Citra Pale Ale with Vic Secret. The Lights Out Tonight New Jersey IPA. I'm guessing they have issues with blackouts.
When the lights go out in the Jersey.
After the Lights Out Tonight, will we get into the 07XX, an East Coast double IPA? And then finally, the SS Between 1.5 New Jersey IPA.
We'll be right back after this break. Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Welcome, everyone. Here we are gathered around for another Suds segment where if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably good old boy Mike doing another one of his terrible impressions.
Dave, I'm going to save it, all the good stuff for the show.
Okay. Now I'm at the next show.
Okay, all right.
I don't get an applause. I don't get nothing.
Quack.
Yay.
Wow.
You get crickets is what you get.
Just let it slide off your back like a duck.
Tough friggin' crowd here, folks. Well, I'm one of your hosts, good old Gal Juliana, and joining me today at the table is Mr. Quack himself, good old boy Mike.
Mr. Microphone.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome.
Good old boy Sean.
The Mallard of Mallards is here. Good old boy Sean. Happy to be here.
Love it. Good old boy Drew.
I have no duck puns. I feel inadequate.
There was a whole list, man.
I know.
We'll just put it on your bill.
Oh, good old boy Dave.
Now he finds the rim shot.
Yeah.
People been looking at me. I'm just like, what you looking at, stranger?
Lovely.
Was that at the grocery this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Walmart. I was in line.
People of Walmart.
People of Walmart.
What you looking at, stranger?
Audio edition.
Well, today's episode is a takeover of Carton Brewing from the Atlantic Highlands of New Jersey.
There can be only one. I should have pulled that down.
Yeah.
Well, I was recently in that area on a trip back home to Pennsylvania, my home state.
Boo.
So,
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah.
really? So, of course, I brought some of their beer home with me. Like,
Durr.
Good old boy Dave, why don't you give us a little bit about Carton?
Having decided that they had something to contribute to the very exciting conversation going on in craft brewing, cousins Chris and Augie Carton teamed up and started Carton Brewing
In 2011.
In the seashore community where they were born and raised. The Carton boys found a turn-of-the-century red brick warehouse and adapted it to accommodate a state-of-the-art Newlands System 15-barrel brew house. 6E East Washington Avenue was turned into an independent craft brewery, and their hats were in the ring, applying a passion for stimulating flavor to inspiration found all around them. They set about their goal to make tasty beer. We'll be the judge of that. In the place their tastes were formed.
That's somewhat worrisome.
Wow. No reference to the Jersey Turnpike. I'm a little disappointed.
I should have brought my good hip waders.
All their beer tastes like saltwater taffy. I'm just going to go ahead and, sorry, spoiler alert. It all tastes like...
With a hint of Newark.
Yes.
Newark.
Okay.
No
and
glass eyeballs, though, here.
that we know of.
Call back to a previous.
Is that a fining method?
Exactly. And of note, for people that are not aware where the Atlantic Highlands are, that is northern New Jersey. Yay. Okay.
Zero applause. Zero rim shot.
What?
It's New Jersey.
More crickets.
You know.
I think it sucks.
I think that sucks.
Oh,
I would
sorry.
that Atlantic Highlands is the place where people are going to the Meadowlands and they're really lost.
Like Secaucus?
Martha, there's no Tom Horton around here.
Think that.
Where's the pork roll?
I think that's just a little too close, Mike.
Wow. I don't know that New Jersey Devils would understand. Never mind. Okay. Moving on. Good old boy Sean, why don't you give us today's cool lineup?
Alrighty, the Carton Brewing beers we'll be trying today are the Whaler. Hopefully a wicked New England style IPA. The Twin Outboard Whaler, a double dry hop New England style Imperial IPA.
Wicca.
Whether or not Sandman Sims will appear on this episode, who knows? Will they get the hook? A Citra Pale Ale with Vic Secret. The Lights Out Tonight New Jersey IPA. I'm guessing they have issues with blackouts.
When the lights go out in the Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Bon Jovi
Wasn't that
runs out.
the night the lights went out in Jersey? Is that song?
No, that's the night.
I know. I was just making...
Lights go out in Georgia.
So everybody else can say some kind of crap, but I can't? Okay, I see.
So after the Lights Out Tonight, will we get into the 07XX, an East Coast double IPA? And then finally the SS Between 1.5 New Jersey IPA.
How do they dial it into just like 1.5 instead of a double?
Well, if it's a New Jersey IPA, like, does it like all the chemical plants? Does that contribute terroir?
The half? Is that the extra half?
Yes.
Well, there was one whole corpse and then only the upper torso.
Superfund site was, just 2 blocks over. So
Gotcha.
With an eyeball to spare.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean. Now, against our better judgment, since good old boy Mike is here, and since I know he's dying to use the New Jersey accent that he's been working on for quite some time.
Perfecting it over years.
We're going to let him do the SUDS ratings.
All right. I want you to sit down with your favorite Taylor ham or your pork roll. Decide what you want, because we're going to be discussing, rating these beers, and then we're going to have SUDS ratings with our signature belching sounds. Hear those ratings now. So, Snooky, you hear me? That sucks. Number one, give me anything but a Bud. Drink Bud in Jersey. So, listen, you're going to ask yourself, was that a belch? Because it's always coming from the situation. Number two. That was number 2. Here's number 3. So I asked Jay Wow. What a relief. Number 4. Pauly D. I tell you all the time, a body should really not make that sound. And of course, every table we have Jersey beer is going to have a Ronnie. So Ronnie, listen to that hang time. Give me a number. It's number 5.
Who would have known a 70-year-old man was a fan of Jersey Shore?
I watched the orange tan, apply before my eyes.
Yeah.
Were you watching our real-time demographics just totally tank? Is that what it was there?
Well, I think we lost everyone in New Jersey.
Thank you.
Everyone in Jersey, England.
Cool. Awesome.
And probably just most of the whole...
Anyone that's ever worn a jersey.
Eventually, we will find our target demographic that does not hate us.
No Jersey cattle will ever enjoy the show again.
Please send your litigation to the following address. You've been served again and again and again.
I don't know, though. I think we'll be okay because I don't know that anyone will know if they should be insulted or not.
Can you actually offend anybody in Jersey? I don't think so.
No, you Yeah, you can't.
I mean,
You can't.
You have to try really hard.
Because I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy that you don't want to know.
Mike's going to get a fish wrapped in a newspaper.
I was like, maybe if you tell him chicken parm sucks.
Taylor roll, that's for wussies, man.
So when Mike wakes up with the horse and the horse head in the bed, we'll know exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like this. A lot of wise guy references.
All right, let's get to the good stuff.
That
And
was the good stuff.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here, folks. Sorry.
At least there's beer.
Just like from the Highlands of New Jersey.
okay, and quick shout out to Passion Vines. This is a place in Egg Harbor, and this is where actually I was able to purchase all of the carton. I wasn't able to make it totally up to the Highlands, but I got close, really close. And so yay to them for having a great selection for us to work with today, which is really cool. Yeah. All right. And also of note, I love the fact that their cans are orange and white with it's a consistent can design, minus.
A can design only a UT fan could
Which is
really
weird.
love.
I was just going to say.
I know, right?
It's like Mike is dressed
I'm
as a
feeling
can
an
of carton
overwhelming
beer.
desire to do push-ups.
All right. Let's get to the first beer. It's called the Whaler. It's a New England style IPA. There is no denying the brilliance in the cathedral
I'm
hull
denying a lot
design
of
from
things.
Boston when running around on the tidal brackish chops of the rivers of the Jersey Bay shore. Whether sitting with some friends casting lines or yanking people around on tow ropes, they're fun, easy to love, pleasure for pleasure's sake will always have a home run. So, what do we think about this?
I don't like this.
It's not doing much for me either.
Okay, and by the way, it is 6.5% ABV.
Be a good export to Philly.
I don't get.
But not Monk's Tavern.
I don't get New England style.
No,
out of
it's far too balanced to be New England. And by balanced, I mean muted, perhaps.
This is more like a pale ale that got an extra dose of hops is the best way I would describe it.
Yeah,
I had
that's a
some
good way to
earlier.
describe it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm here all week.
I mean, I don't dislike the flavor. I just don't like it. Kind of sets your mind to expect something when you call something a New England IPA.
It's also really clear.
Yeah, it's like it's clear, it's thin, and there's no hazy. There's
Nice head retention on it for what
Yeah.
that's worth.
It's not juicy. I mean, it's citrusy, but it's not.
I mean,
juicy.
it's definitely a dry finish to it. It's just, it clears off the palate pretty quick.
I think if they take away the name or the moniker New England out of it, I think
we all would have liked it better indeed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should just call it a Jersey Pale Ale.
I think that's coming up later in the show.
That's worrisome.
Poured the wrong can in the wrong glass.
Well, it's already happened once today, so
Yeah.
maybe they put the wrong beer in the wrong can.
We're going to rate it a 2 and be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is a dive into, into a New Jersey brewery called Carton Brewing from the Atlantic Highlands.
Button for that. There it is.
Ha. Okay. The next beer that we are going to talk about is the Twin Outboard Whaler, not to be confused with the Whaler we just previously discussed. And it's a double dry hopped NEIPA. It's 8.5% ABV. And this one uses Strata, Citra and Galaxy and Mosaic hops.
Well, it's got Mosaic in there, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I as much as a fan I am of all those hops, I'm really not being blown away with their usage in this
I
beer.
don't know if it's the right proportions or something.
I
You just-
don't like it.
Well, Mike,
the
okay,
Galaxy's
for real,
forward
dude.
to
Like,
me.
The aroma
Yeah.
on it is really nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are right together. Yeah.
I like this beer. I like it. I don't think it's a New England Imperial.
I think you're
IPA.
saying you like it better than the last beer.
No, I do like it better than last beer. I
There's
like.
no way you would walk up and say this is a really good Imperial IPA.
And how has it got 5 less IBU than the normal Whaler?
I don't think they're. I think they're not measuring their IBUs right.
It
Math is
feels-
hard.
It feels knocked down.
Meth?
Almost like, you know.
Jersey, not
It has a watery finish to it.
Yeah.
They're not that
and
far
it's-
from Canada, so maybe they're looking at their IBUs through the exchange rate. It's like,
An Imperial IPA should feel like you are scraping it off your tongue. And there is no way that this is even remotely close to that kind of
There's nothing
mouthfeel.
resinous about this
No.
beer. Yeah. And it's, as pointed out over the break, it's a little bit clear for what's supposed to be a hazy.
I mean, I disagree with that.
dry
It
hop.
has to be resinous, and then you have to be scraping it for it to be an imperial. That's really more just a matter of the IBU or the ABV.
Alcohol.
So
But this is double.
it's double, but it's what the problem we're having with it is that there is too much IBU in the front end. It's not sweet. It's not juicy. There's not any.
It
there's
sucks.
no oats. It doesn't suck.
Just don't call it
It's
New England.
just not a friggin' New England.
It's a great beer.
Imperial
Just don't
IPA.
call it
Yeah.
anything that you call it.
I would call it maybe a Northeast IPA, an East
Well,
Coast
just
IPA.
call it a Jersey IPA.
Another
It's a
Jersey,
Jersey.
another bad Jersey IPA. Yeah, there you go.
Jersey's not New England, as I have been told by many people.
There you go.
Maryland is in the South.
That's
Mr. Mason and Mr. Dixon.
Banned once again.
Wow.
yep.
I think my
All right, so there's
friends
two
in
states.
Maryland would have issue with that.
Can we drag Delaware into this?
Absolutely.
I think we got two states down.
We
you
can
know?
make it happen.
Why don't we just ruin everybody's day?
Poor little Delaware. Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
okay, so we're thinking marketing. If it was marketed a little bit different, this might be better. But even then, as an IPA goes, it's not.
Fireworks and lasers are not going to improve
Okay,
this.
so I'm going to play the devil
improve
here, though, for a
everything.
second.
All right, hold on.
I'm going to play the
Devil's
devil
devil.
here for a second. So the Whaler and the twin Outboard Whaler. Okay. Is it safe to say that they're from the same, like they're similar recipes?
Same hot profile.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
so maybe this is just New Jersey's answer to
They
a
just
NEIPA.
Change the,
The aroma.
change the gravity and, called it a day.
It would be
Right. I mean, because it's lighter than what we're viewing as our gold standard of what a New England IPA is.
Yeah.
The aroma is somewhat there, though in a
Oh, I'm smelling
different way.
something.
In a different way, but maybe this is just New Jersey's answer to a NEIPA.
I mean, I think you're right. Like, I think the aroma's nice. I think most of us, except Mr. Orange over there, enjoyed the aroma. I don't dislike the flavor. For me, it's kind of what Sean said. It's a branding thing. Like, because your mind goes to Julius
Sure.
or
And you're
Pillowy.
thinking
Yeah.
X and you're getting
Alchemist,
Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
That's fair. So we are going to rate the twin Outboard Whaler a 3.
over Mike's formal protest.
I would also
Sorry.
like to lodge a protest. No.
All right. Let's do something a little different and let's go to the hook.
So Citra Pale Ale with Vic Secret.
I haven't even tasted it yet, but that's what made me.
I have.
Okay.
I have
5.5%
expectations.
ABV. And it doesn't matter what they brew as long as they mix wheat and Citra. That makes us feel will convey some juicy notes or fruit impression.
This is closer to hitting the mark. The first thing that's hitting me is that this is a very creamy mouthfeel. So
That's that wheat getting you.
definitely the choice of the base grain, I think, is probably the most appealing. I like the fact they didn't go overboard with the Vic Secret. Yeah, some other heads nodding here.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
you're definitely right that the backbone on this is a lot more enjoyable than coming off the previous two beers. And yeah,
What do you think, Julie?
I really like this one a lot. I like how it's showcasing Vic Secret, but not in an overexposed way, if that makes any sense. And if somebody is really like, oh, hey, I don't know if I really know what Vic Secret tastes like, this is perfect. Like, this is exactly what I was hoping for, and this is exactly what I got.
I wish it had a little more malt.
Really?
A little more body.
Yeah,
it was what, 5.5%?
That's hard to do at 5.5.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Yeah. but I think it's got a nice amount
I
of
like the way it
creaminess
is,
from the wheat.
Also,
Yeah.
it does make me want to keep tasting it because I'm like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
So, Mr. Hopper, what is the thing in between this and that? The intermezzo or
alto soprano or let's say you've got mezzo soprano is between alto and
no? It's
You
when
mean
you have like the interlude
between scenes.
Between
shoot. you
It is
put me on the
intermezzo.
spot.
Sorry,
I
I didn't
think
mean
it
to.
is.
Yeah,
I think you are
it's
correct.
intermezzo. Anyway, this is the thing in between this and that. If anything, I like the fact that this is giving your palate a good break. I think that if you were to have somebody at your table that says, "I don't like hops," and you really give them the evil eye, pour them this because this is not an over the top, super hoppy beer, and I think it's fairly well balanced. I like that. I like what it's not. It's not overdone. And I think it's very approachable. And so I think it's spot on for the description.
Yeah. Well, I think that
I
helped,
did not
too.
hate this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know,
Stop
right?
the
Doesn't
presses.
suck.
We are recording, right? Make sure we're recording.
And just put that on a loop.
I'm gonna pull that soundbite down.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry.
Those are the new T-shirts. Look, I'm sorry. They're going to adopt this in the next BJCP guidelines. Mike says it does not suck.
I did not hate this trademark.
Yes, right.
That might be coming soon. Yeah, this is like really pleasant. I could drink a lot of these, and this is like to me a good shore beer. If you're hanging out at the beach.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because it's
Yeah.
not too offensive. I mean, no offense to the twin outboard, but at 8.5%, that thing would. I wouldn't get far with it. Put it that way.
They would pick you up for inebriated
Yeah.
operation of a.
Drunk on the beach.
Yeah, and no one wants that 1 hour in. At least, anyways. Okay, we are going to rate the Hook a 4.
Wow. Mikey liked it. He liked it.
This beer needs some hot sauce.
Well, it's funny you
The
should
only
say
thing
that.
missing.
So
Drew, do you have a story about hot sauce?
there
Uncle
is-
Drew, tell us a story.
There is
yes,
indeed
please.
a story about hot sauce and a Texas high school with a hazing incident with hot sauce, lap dances, and a student ending up in the emergency room. Apparently, this hazing incident was a school tradition.
What?
Everything's bigger in Texas. So,
Apparently.
from Andrew Mark Miller of Fox News, reports an alleged hazing incident at a Texas high school sent one football player to the hospital with burn injuries and 21 students suspended.
Guess where those burns were?
I don't really want to know, but I feel like we're going to find out. The Alamo Heights Police Department is investigating after 21 students were suspended at the Alamo Heights High School near San Antonio, Texas, stemming from a hazing incident that it sent one student to the emergency room with skin burns to his lower body.
Yeah.
The football players were reportedly initiating new players onto the varsity team as part of a school tradition that involved hot sauce, cookies, and lap dances.
Wait,
That's
what's
a
the
beer
purpose
name.
of the cookies?
Whoa.
I missed.
That sounds like the last sip.
Just you another Oreo, man.
Hold on. Could
It'll go away.
repeat that last section just one more time?
The football players were reportedly initiating new players onto the varsity team as a part of a school tradition that involved hot sauce, cookies, and lap dances.
How
Sounds
does
like a
that
good
go
time.
together?
It's like one of those AI
everything goes-
generated things. Like no one would ever put those three things together.
Everything goes with a lap dance.
We have seen
And
Dazed and
cookies.
Confused, right? I mean,
True.
Okay,
there was.
but
All right, I
who
mean, I know that's
puts-
a menu.
So Larry,
movie.
this is your
Okay.
job, man. You are the cookie keeper in this whole thing, man. I'm counting on you. I know you're a freshman, but you can do it, man.
But where are they keeping the cookies?
Yes.
That was the problem.
Well, this does sound a little more like New Jersey than Texas, but the senior boys did an initiation where they went out to the baseball fields and made the younger players put cookies dipped in hot sauce between their butt cheeks. Then they had to
my
race each other.
That gives a.
Of course they did.
And if any of the cookies fell out, the person would have to eat it.
I'm thinking initiation for
So-
the cast members could be revised.
What kind of beer? What kind of beer would you pair with a hot sauce dipped cookie that fell out of your butt?
I mean, it just seems like Budweiser.
Where do you put this on your resume? Like right in the middle. So it's I put 3
Lone
cookies
Star.
in my butt cheeks doused in hot
This
sauce,
one time
you know?
in high school?
You know what? You're University of Iowa material all the way, buddy.
Well, okay, so I'm sure that the hot sauce is counteracting any fungus. It's probably killing it right
so
off.
you're saying there's a healthy side side
Oh, it's
benefit.
killing a few
No,
things.
I'm just-
but I don't think it's what you think.
It's like medicine.
Hot sauce dip butt crack cookies.
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of cookie would even work with hot sauce.
one of
You
the
skip the
burning
blood
questions that I
rainbow?
have, every pun intended. What was their season record like? Did they play better after doing
Oh,
it?
actually, the last part of the thing, they lost their home opener.
Yeah, that's an omen right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
We didn't get to the
Wow.
lap dances yet.
Oh yeah.
I've been
wait,
waiting.
there's more.
There's more.
I want to hear the
source
rest of the story.
added that some players had hot sauce thrown at them and that some of the freshmen were forced to strip down to their boxers and give lap dances to cheerleaders at
I
the
mean,
party.
that doesn't really sound that bad.
Maybe for the cheerleaders.
Well, that's fair.
I mean,
you know
these
where
are
those
freshman
bu-
football
Wow.
players.
Yeah. Also, like, you know where those butt cracks have just been?
that's true.
What kind of music did they play for that? It's getting hot in here.
They weren't.
Take off all your clothes.
I was thinking it was Rocky Top.
so hot, I'm gonna put hot sauce on my butt. Nah, it didn't work. Sorry, Nelly. Or
Yeah, that was Nelly's.
I
was Nelly.
wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder why they didn't say what brand of hot sauce. They could have done
Texas
like
Pete.
an endorsement.
I'm just calling it Texas Pete right
Yeah,
now.
you cannot put Louisiana hot sauce on your body, man. I'm sorry, not in Texas.
Yeah.
So almost the entire team was punished for the incident.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
So
Almost.
I'm assuming that the source was probably the one.
And
not
there's
punished.
Harold in the
Yeah.
corner going, "I didn't do anything."
There was
Receiving 2 game suspensions, in-house
so
suspensions,
proud of
and
you,
community
son.
service. They
Yeah.
opened their season on Friday night with a 42-39 loss.
If they were before me on the bench, I honestly would not be able to stop laughing.
But they were close.
I mean, just imagine the other team, what they're going to say to you. It's like, so stick any more cookies dipped in hot sauce up your butt crack?
Did you eat 3 or 4 cookies, man? Because you look like a 3 cookie kind of guy.
They lost by a field goal, which makes you wonder, was the kicker
involved?
perhaps affected?
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
No, that was Harold. He didn't participate.
But like all those seniors who did it to him, they've all had hot sauce cookies in their butt
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's the originating conversation that you want to hear. All right, so listen, man. So this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So we really need to get even with all these goofy freshmen. So like, what do you have in your locker? Well, I have hot sauce.
I got some cookies.
Cool. So
Put hot sauce in my cookies.
we could have them like run it under their arms. Ooh, yeah, that'll good. And he goes, no.
Oh, let's make them eat the hot sauce cookies.
Oh,
yeah,
we
that'd
should
be
do
great.
that too.
You know what'd be
No.
even crazier? If we made them run with the cookies dipped in hot sauce.
Put it like in their underwear.
Yeah, their underwear. But what if we put it between their in their butt?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that is the perfect idea.
You know,
This-
as someone who played high school football, I really have absolutely
what
little
did you have
difficulty.
to? What'd you have to put in your butt?
I didn't have to do any of that, but I will say that I
So be careful what you store in your locker.
I don't have any trouble envisioning something like this happening, especially because, well, I'll say it's somewhat. I've never met a more homophobic yet homoerotic group of
There is
individuals than
football is an
football players in high
interesting
school.
sport,
Well, I'm
yeah.
actually
Tight pants and butt
I'm
slaps.
actually thinking that the Carton
Good game.
brothers should actually, use this ritual to improve the quality of their beer. So
Oh, come on. All right. You know what?
No,
That'd be a heck of an adjunct.
No.
Pastry, hot sauce pastry
I
stout.
want name that beer.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Oh my God.
All right. Let's probably drink a beer. How
Yeah,
about
moving on.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
said it was downhill, and it has
Yeah.
gone way downhill,
Thank you.
Man.
and still beers to go.
And next one is lights out.
Yeah. Lights out. Lights
Friday night lights out.
out.
Okay, Sean. Here.
Okay. We're done
I'm
now.
gonna have that Nelly song in my head the rest of the day.
Okay.
I always
You did
have
it to
that Nelly
yourself.
song in my head.
Now, this is
That's weird.
a New Jersey IPA.
Okay.
Okay. A true New Jersey IPA.
A little caramel malt or something.
It's got some Bohemian Pilsner, wheat malt, caramel, sour malts, flaked barley with a Kolsch yeast, and it's got Ella, Galaxy, and Nelson.
It's interesting they use Kolsch yeast.
I know. I know. I thought this was cool, actually.
That is definitely a decision. Now,
Best pairing is Jersey
Was it a
Nights.
good one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I feel like I'm enjoying this one a bit more than the hook.
Yeah. Well, the hook was a step up from the first two.
Yes,
And I
definitely.
think this one has a little more, maybe what you were looking for, Drew, in the hook. There's a little bit more going on in the malt bill. And I think
A whole lot more than a little. Jeez.
and it complements the. Is this more, Mike, what you look for, like in a well-rounded IPA? Because there's a lot of things going on in the malt, but it's balanced by the hops.
Because you seem to
too.
have some strong opinions on the,
Yeah,
on the
you
subject,
seem to-
especially when it comes
He
to
has
the
yet to
breweries.
speak up.
Yeah.
He's smacking his lips a little bit.
Stop holding back, Mike.
Sean,
Yeah.
I do not hate this.
Is that two in one show?
How's it taste, motherfucker? Yeah. I am a duck. So I have it two quacks. I think the thing I'm mulling over here is it's to me this is closer to a pale ale. I really think of an IPA as having a bit more bitterness than I think this really contains. It's not a bad beer. If it was sitting on a judging table and presented as an IPA, I would completely probably,
Right.
give it a single digit number, at the end of the day. But I think overall, it's there's some good balance there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty tasty.
I like the fact that it's not overdone and it's not too sweet, which it feels like it's headed down that path, but it just didn't go there. So
What do you think, Juliana?
I'm really enjoying this one. And I've had actually a couple cans of this already. And what I like about it, besides look at the can, which is like really cool because it has Edward Hopper's Nighthawks on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is that speaks to my soul.
See, and that's one of my least favorite paintings.
Well, it's interesting because isn't that
Well, everybody,
isn't that a scene in New York? So just like Jersey, they always want to be New York.
What?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. There's
Oh, boy.
just
Oh,
been
no.
something about the painting that's just never done it for me.
Okay, we're
Things
going to
are-
come back and discuss this some more after the interlude.
some of us will be back.
Welcome back,
We
everyone.
just broke up a fight during the break.
me and Tommy, we can go get that painting for you.
All over Edward Hopper.
I got a fat lip now.
I'm not gonna have to pay a copyright. You got it. You owned it, man. It's your painting.
I'd like
Okay.
to apologize to the people of New Jersey.
Wow. Okay.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I'm going to talk for a minute about
Oh,
this
wow.
beer.
All right. So everybody shut up.
I think this is good pitcher beer. That would you call it that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So here, and again, I love the name. I love the title. I love this beer. I really, really do. But what it brings me back to is, and I'm sorry that you don't like Edward Hopper, but I really, really do. And the reason is when I was a kid, we used to go to Asbury Park every year. That was one of our summer places.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of places in the Jersey Shore we went to, but I think maybe because of my love of Bruce Springsteen might come into play here.
Glass Eye Collection.
But it is not Asbury Park. However,
Oh yeah.
there was a
was Sandy
diner
Hook.
that we always went to in Asbury Park when I was a kid. And I don't remember the name. I want to say that maybe it was the Asbury Inn or something like that, simple, but it was almost right on the beach. And that was something that we went to all the time. My dad really loved old vintage diners and just that whole feel, and being able to play a song right there at the table. And this being, yes, a pitcher beer and something that you can easily share
And a
with a
pork
lot
roll.
of friends.
And Sean just crapped all over it, man.
I didn't mean to crap
All
on
over,
your
all over
memory.
her childhood,
I'm
man.
just
Man.
crapping on a piece of art.
I don't care.
Your memories sound phenomenal.
You know what? I don't care about you anymore. But about the beer, this is a beer that I envision that like after going to like an event, like a hockey game or something like that, which
A Springsteen concert.
A Springsteen concert.
Or a
yes.
Bon Jovi concert, for that matter.
Wow.
Sure.
It's
Yes.
your life.
Right. Exactly. But after something like that with a bunch of friends sharing a couple pictures of this, like that's, to me, that's the epitome of like a good night.
I would drink a lot of this if Bon Jovi was playing Bad Medicine on stage in front of me.
I think Mike would drink this while attending a Jersey Shore cast reunion Q&A session and meet and greet.
If there's Taylor Ham there, I'm in.
I think Julie is so angry right now.
Okay. What are we going to rate this lovely beer? What are we going to rate? Lights out.
I'm saying this because I have to live here. So
We're going to go with a good solid 4.
Whew.
Rude. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to
I am still inside the circle of trust. Sean is not inside the circle of trust.
Whoops.
The weather in here, still okay.
I mean, it is kind of get a little hot in here. Like a darn Nelly video.
No.
Okay, just
Did like you, man.
just stop. Just
It was good knowing you,
I'm as
Sean.
cold as ice.
okay. Next up, let's talk about 077XX. East Coast Double IPA. Like all things truly Jersey, this makes the most in balancing through its accentuation of extremes. Inspired by West Coast IPAs that we love, and actually a lot of us are loving them more these days than we have in the past. We added a thump of hops to a dynamic malt profile and chose a yeast to drive these two even further than they wanted to go to.
Oh, you pretended to be gentle, but you weren't.
Yeah, so dry finish. There's not a lot in the malt for the malt backbone there for me.
And this one is 7.8% ABV.
Yeah,
I think if you handed this to me, I would accuse it of being from Lagunitas. It does have that burnt caramel, component. It's very wet.
It's burning my mouth.
If it's, they say it's a West Coast style IPA. This is West Coast,
No, they say it's East Coast.
Oh, it's inspired by West Coast. Well, yeah, so you screwed it up.
But you liked it first, and then
what I'm saying is, I think this is closer to a West Coast style
and
IPA.
the other part of it too is that East Coast IPA has traditionally been something with a little more of a malt backbone.
Yeah. More reminiscent of an English style.
Exactly.
IPA,
Yeah. And so that's
much better.
Yeah. And Dogfish Head 60 Minute would be classic malt backbone of an East Coast IPA. I'm trying to remember the one out of
I think I figured this out. So they're
still say this is from Lagunitas
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And so probably, if you were to get West Coast IPAs on the East Coast, that means they have to be driven across the country on a truck. So by the time they get shush it. So by the time you get to all the way from California to New Jersey in the back of a truck, which is probably not refrigerated, this might be what a West Coast IPA would taste like.
No, I enjoyed the classic Russian River at Monk's Cafe in Philly. So, and that tasted,
well.
And actually, they had the was it Pizza Port was the original IPA.
This story is great.
Yeah.
Where's mine?
I also think Russian River probably would find a distributor that used
probably like a private jet.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, but no, to Dave's point, a lot of beer is being shipped.
I just flew my private jet right over that.
Well, I missed you on the top 5 celebrities contributing to climate change.
I think this is an okay, beer. To me, I don't know anybody that would probably step up and say, I want an East Coast IPA that tastes like a West Coast beer. So
right.
it's one of those things. Again,
Just call it a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, please. Just call it what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot closer.
Just
to
make
what
up
you were trying to aim for.
another IPA style. There's like
It's
a
not
friggin'
sticky.
100
It
of
doesn't
them.
have a lot of resin though.
Or called it New Jersey IPA like they did
Well,
the
they already
lights
did
out.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Juliana's going to come and defend them. Go
All
ahead.
right, go ahead.
If only you can see the face she's
And now
making.
Mike just joined the Sean Club.
There
we go.
Who else wants to join? We're taking applicants.
I'll talk to you guys.
Weather's
after the
got a
show.
lot better out here, baby.
Guys are so friggin' rude. Okay, it is West Coast. I like it. For that, I like that sort of like dank finish on it. That I would expect. I guess the part where I'm having confusion is the aroma on it is a little bit more New England-y IPA.
Yeah.
And it's like a chameleon. You think you're going to get something like really, really juicy. You get a hint of juice in the beginning,
Yep.
and then it just goes into
Straight skunk.
this. Yeah, and then I'm in the forest. Like I'm in an orchard.
Then
like,
it finishes and you're in the desert.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's got a
it's dry.
really dry finish. So I'm trying to figure out where to put this in the scheme of things. I mean,
I would say the garbage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hey,
I guess I'm in the club now, too.
Drew just joined, man.
No, there was 3.
I'm gonna say no more Wonder Twins. We're the triplets.
Is there a brewery across the street over
Yeah.
there? Hey, man, cool.
Man,
We're gonna
I-
close
they're
out.
falling like dominoes.
We're gonna close here.
I guess this could be a good pizza beer if the pizza tends to be a bit on this, if the sauce tends to be a bit on the sweet side. This would help sort of like mellow out that sweetness. There are some Old Forge pizzas that I've had before. Yes, I'm from PA, and they tend to have a really sweet tomato sauce, which is like almost too sweet. So having this with that is a good marriage of that. But like, I mean, does this go with funnel
So
cake?
we should
Like, I
put
don't
some,
know.
we should put some pizza sauce.
No,
in
like,
this
do you know
beer.
what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to rate this 077XX East Coast Double IPA a 2.
All right, we're gonna finish strong on this last one. I know it's gonna be good.
I think there could be something that they could do to improve, the lights out. If they had a really good collection of false teeth that they collected from the beach and they put it in the tap room, that could actually keep me around a little bit longer until I would really fully decide that I do not like that beer.
And I have to ask, what do the false teeth have to do with?
I guess
Anything
it's better than a
could-
glass eye. I don't know.
If they can do it at Sandy Hook, then they can do it,
welcome
at
to the
Atlantic
mind
Heights,
of good old boy Mike.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, yeah. All right, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it could happen, man.
Those triplets got to stick together.
This is what happens when you're a UT
Or
fan.
maybe the tripels.
Hey.
Okay.
This orange is Gineminosaurus.
Next,
Let's talk about
There's
the
one more beer?
last beer.
This
of,
is the last
yes, it is. It's called the SS Between. It's a 1.5 New Jersey IPA from their Need a Bigger Boat series.
Need a bigger boat.
Yes, this one is 8.4% ABV using a Kolsch yeast again. And honestly, I'm kind of impressed the fact that they're using so much Kolsch yeast. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
average. You know what I mean?
That is correct.
So that is kind of cool. It's got Galaxy, Citra, Amarillo, and Trident hops. And I don't know. I'm going to admit I don't know much about Trident.
I don't know much about Trident.
I'll have to look that up.
spearmint.
It's got Pilsner, wheat, Carahel, sour malts, and flaked barley. Oh my God.
Well, it's sweet. I will say that's the first thing.
Pour
that's-
some of this in that last one. See what you get.
Well, it says right here, it says pairs best with Lost and Found. It goes with the false teeth, man.
Wow. I like this beer. This one, and maybe it's coming off of that last beer that was so dry and
Yeah.
a little bit. But this is a nice, easy drinking beer.
8.4%. Yeah, that's easy drinking.
Hey,
It's not
baby.
usually the phrase you use.
Listen, you don't swim in the waters that I swim in, I guess.
Okay, so Trident hops is made from Hopsteiner.
Okay.
Okay. It's a specialized hop blend using 3 unique Pacific Northwest grown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this,
As we tried these 3 hops individually,
6 different types of hops in the beer then,
okay.
essentially.
The alpha acids on this are 11 to 14, and it's fruity, citrus, tropical, passion fruity, and so there's that. And they suggest to use it in hazy IPAs, American Pale Ales, IPAs, and lagers.
I don't think
Still no haze.
I don't think these dudes know how to do hazy. I think they, you can't put something through a bright tank and think it's going to be hazy.
Oh, there's nothing hazy about this. I mean,
These are the clearest beers I've ever seen. That call
Don't haze
themselves
me, bro.
IPAs or-
This just does not taste like a recipe that has really been fully vetted. It feels like you're in between recipe A and B or something else.
Yeah, you're working towards something.
And after somebody did 5 batches of this, they said, no, we can't dump that one too. And they decided to, throw it in a can and sell it. Because it's not very well balanced. I get all of the sweetness out of this, and the hops are hanging out like on the back 40, that are just not even remotely within the same distance of all these sugars. So I don't know. This is just not a complete picture for me.
okay. What is the deal with sour malts?
So that's a acidulated malt.
Okay.
And
Why?
so unless the main thing I use it as a brewer for pride and pH balance. So providing some acidity to the malt, to the mash. And it's one of those. It was invented so the Germans could still brew with their
Reinheitsgebot. Sure.
Yep. But be able to acidify the mash as necessary, so they could based on their water pH chemistry, knowing how that was going to interact with their mash, they could use that acidulated malt to.
And I'm a novice home brewer here, so I'm going to ask the dumb question: why in an IPA would I care about making something even more acidic if I've got hops to make something acidic?
That's a good question. I mean, as a brewer, as brewing with the water profile locally here, I do, aside from dark styles, because those dark malts definitely contribute a lot of acidity. I do, on an IPA, I will use about a pound per barrel of acidulated malt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you want to get to 5.2?
5.2 is what you're shooting for is ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bam.
I guess the water profile in New Jersey might warrant them to use.
Yeah.
Would
So
it maybe
then.
be soft? So it'd be more alkaline, right? So
Yeah.
Okay. And you're trying to. So maybe New Jersey water is compensating.
Yeah. Or they're Yeah.
So then they're compensating back.
Yeah, moderate
so to
hard
speak.
in the region that we're in is the best description for the water, especially if it's coming from the river.
Sounds like Mike after he watched the Jersey Shore.
Where's that rim shot?
I'm going to call Ronnie. He knows.
He's calling Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm going to call Ronnie right
dude,
now.
listen.
Now.
You know what?
Take that back.
That's going to be the title of this episode.
Calling Ronnie.
Calling Ronnie.
Oh, I was going to say moderate hard.
Oh God!
Stick around for the 11 o'clock show, folks.
Gets a little blue.
Get those tickets quickly.
Only the best comedy in Atlantic City.
Just keep it coming up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are we gonna rate this?
I would do that.
Yeah, we're gonna rate the SS between 1.5 New Jersey IPA.
1.5?
3.
Oh, cool.
I demand a
Rude.
recount.
We're rounding up, Mike.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Can you round this number?
That was rude. That's
Birds are
very
suddenly
Jersey of you,
flying
Mike.
through the room.
a microaggression.
Okay. That's gonna do it. That's enough. That's gonna do it for us
Really?
today. Yes.
Shut it down.
For another Suds
These were so
episode.
good.
Okay. And I would
You know what else is good? That Edward Hopper Nighthawks painting.
If I had darts right now,
I'd like to thank good old boy Sean for all of his hard work on the show over the course of these years.
And it's over.
It's sad that he'll never, ever be on another episode.
All right. Good old boy Mike.
Hey, come back and join us for another exciting episode of Sip, Suds, and Smokes. I'll ask you to keep on sipping.
Good old boy Sean.
Stick around for my other opinions on art.
Good old boy Drew.
I've yet to find a Jersey beer I like.
Good old boy Dave.
I like everything Juliana likes.
Jersey brings out the best of us.
Gosh.
It's the friendship state.
This is good old gal Juliana. Thank you for making it this far into the episode. Keep on chuggling and we'll catch you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to us online, do yourself a favor and tap
Tap it in.
the subscribe button.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, Uncle Larry, or whoever it is that talks to you on your phone. Play podcast Sip, Suds, and Smokes. We love your feedback, and you can reach us at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our tasting notes flow out on Twitter and Instagram with our handle @SipSudsAndSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with the thousands,
Millions and millions
of other fans on those social media platforms. Do us a favor. Take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Come back, join us for another episode, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.